And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That was the elders from the Table Mountain Powwow. The old man did some beautiful dancing.
Yeah, some golden age.
Golden age. That's probably over 50?
Sort of, probably 51.
51, yeah. Well, welcome to Native Nations for our February show. As you can see, Adam and I are without a guest tonight. I'm David Liberty, and we will be bringing some tapes of the protest of the Aaron Campbell death. And later on we'll be discussing issues concerning the Native American Student and Community Center. So stick around for that. And at the end of the hour, we've got a lot of announcements to tell them about what's happening locally here in the Indian community. And stick around. We'll bring that later on in the hour. But Adam, we want to start out talking about the Aaron Campbell death that happened up there at 123rd and Sandy a couple, 3 weeks ago, however long it was. And I was lucky to participate in the protest march that happened yesterday downtown at the Justice Center. We all met at the Justice Center. There were probably only a couple hundred people, maybe more. And listened to some of the gentlemen from the Albina Alliance, Albina Community Alliance. I'm sorry I don't have the name right. But I got to take part in the march and take part in taking over City Hall, which was a lot of fun because we got in front of City Hall, and the next thing I know, the leaders said, we're going to go up to the mayor's office and talk to the mayor. And we got in the front door, and there was one little security guy there who was, his eyes got great big, and he was just a little guy. And I snuck around on the side with some other people, and eventually the security guard could do nothing to stop the hundreds of us coming into the building. So because I was able to get through ahead of everybody else, I was right behind the leaders, right when they got to the door at Mayor Adams' office. And when he came out of his office and saw us waiting, boy, he got a very serious look on his face, to say the least. You know, really tight-lipped, and his eyes got big. And I had camera people all around me because I was so close to what was going on. And we're going to show you some footage of that march and some of the speakers that took part yesterday down in front of the Justice Center here in just a few minutes. But I want to back up enough to say that the loss of Aaron Campbell was a tragedy for his family, who had lost another son that same day. Police who weren't able to communicate enough to tell each other what's going on, whether the man has a gun or not, or what the situation is. There was serious breakdown in communication, obviously, and the mayor spoke to that in a released statement that he put out last night after he got the letter and talked to some of Aaron Campbell's family in his office. And it felt really good to be a part of that march. My one concern was there were some anarchists in black with covered faces. One guy in particular was banging on the door when we got up there, and he had to be stopped. And then he later was making some very angry comments while the mayor was there speaking with the gentlemen, the elders from the community. So we really didn't need someone there whose only purpose was to cause trouble, because it was a peaceful march, and Albina ministers wanted the mayor to receive their letter, and they're going forward. They had more meetings today, and of course you know that Jesse Jackson was in town. It's been a pretty big issue for the community. It happens way much here in Portland. There's a lot of police brutality against minority people in this town, and it's really time that somebody is held to account for unnecessary murders, like apparently, in my opinion, what happened to Aaron Campbell was a real tragedy. He didn't need to die. The police could have done a better job taking care of the situation, and they failed. So it's been a pretty big issue for Portland, and Aaron wasn't the first person to die in this manner. There was a couple shootings that happened to people in cars, and I can't remember the names of all the people in the past that have died, but I know that I read in the paper just a little while ago, a basketball player for one of the local colleges was taken down, a woman taken down and held down with the police officer's knee for walking in the middle of the street. So, you know, it's a big concern. It's not just this one guy who was shot. It's been a consistent by the Portland police. They are not very good about dealing with some situations. So we want to show you a tape of some of the events that happened yesterday at the Aaron Campbell protest. Our producer Jim Lockhart was on the scene and got some good video footage. And if you look real close, you'll see my face. My mug is in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So
In their mafia look.
I came dressed as the mobster that I truly am. We'll go to the tape if we got that up and ready, Jim. And when we come back, we'll talk a little about this protest, but we're going to go on to our discussion about the Native American Community and Student Center, which is under threat. So stick around, enjoy this video, and we'll be back with more discussion. And thanks for watching Native Nations.
People being shot and killed needlessly.
That's right.
Unarmed.
That's right.
Shot in the back. And then allowed to die the death of an animal.
Yeah.
Handcuffs on the man shot bleeding. No care.
Have mercy.
While our officials hide and take comfort behind draconian laws on the book that allow for these atrocious acts on the part of police officers, that addresses not in any way the bad behavior of officers, but only says what the officer can do. So that when the grand jury looks for an indictment under Oregon state statute, there is no place for a criminal charge, because the law before the act exonerates the officer. Officials know that. So when it comes to their discretion, whether the DA, the district attorney, whether the chief of police, whether the oversight committee at the mayor's office or his commissioners, all of them talk about no true bill. It's the laws that are on the books. And when it comes to their discretion, there is no discretion in affirming the value of human life. It seems to say that some people are dispendable. If you're going to make somebody angry, make sure you don't make the police union angry. You don't want them angry. So all on the side of an unarmed black man and his family who dies a needless death. When I heard Dr. Jackson last night talk about Sister Rosie Parks on that bus with a sign that says black folk go to the back of the bus and white folks sit in the front of the bus. She said to Dr. Jackson, says, legally, the driver was right. Legally. But morally, he was wrong. Legally right. Out of the skies of draconian laws outdated that seeks to exonerate police officers who choose to police black folk. The statistic of who gets stopped, who gets taken to jail, who gets written up. It's appalling. And yet no change. All the leaders say it should not have happened. But what do they do from one death to the other? Nothing. And we're here to say it must change. From our state legislature, where our Senator Gordley attempted last session to get a bill through that would have changed how police officers are viewed in shootings and use of deadly force. It failed. But we are here again saying we won't go away until laws that provide justice and equal protection out of the law. Equal protection out of the law. Black folk ought to be protected. If you are called out by a police officer and you come out with your hands up, your hands on your head, you ought to be able to go to sleep that night. You don't have to go to the mall. You can go with your hands up. These false and fallacious notions that I thought he had a gun. It's time for a civilized society, an intelligent, a moral society, to put that away. How long do you think you can tell the same lie to the same people and they're going to believe it? You can believe that lie, but it has to go away. I'm talking to our district attorney. And we had the opportunity in the Kendra James case to review some 600 pages of documents using the detective's own investigation, as flawed as it may have been, to track the behavior of the officer then McAllister. I said to the district attorney when it was very clear that he had lied, you did nothing about it. You, district attorney, looked the other way. I want you to know, I'm talking, you looked the other way. You could have, forget those draconian laws, you could have prosecuted him for lying before the grand jury. Yes, you could have. You could have. But you chose not to do so. And at the mayoral level, they choose not to do so. And at the commissioner level, choose not to do so. At the chief of police level, they choose not to do so. When you come to a point that you have citizens that you disrespect, to the extent that you allow them to be murdered, what else do you stand for? The district attorney says, well, in self-defense cases, even homeowners are seldom prosecuted. I said, well, brother district attorney, you and I both know, if a homeowner has an intruder, and that intruder's on his way out the door with his back to the homeowner, woe unto the homeowner that shoots the intruder in the back. There's no gray area about that. Why isn't it so for the police officer that you can shoot a man fleeing in the back and still said you thought he had a gun? So what, he had a gun? He was fleeing. Enough is enough. And we've had too much.
What do we want? Justice! When are we wanting? Now! What do we want? Justice! When are we wanting? Now! What do we want? Justice! When are we wanting? Now! And what we're going to do, we're going to take this demonstration to City Hall. We're going to put it in front of the City Hall in the court area. So at this time, we're going to follow the laws of the state. This is going to be a disciplined, nonviolent march. Amen.
Justice! Now! Justice! Justice! Justice!
Ministerial Alliance. Good afternoon and welcome and thank you for coming. I was thinking back in my days when I was growing up, we used to draw a line and dare somebody to cross it. I want you today to draw a line behind you and tell the city we are not going back. It is a forward move. We are going all the way until we see complete justice and changes effected in our city, in our state, that for all of the citizens that they can feel safe walking on these streets and know that justice will be served. They will have complete protection under the law just like everybody else. And we want justice now. Hallelujah. Now we're going to do something right now.
Amen.
We're going to go into the mayor's office and deliver a letter.
Oh, come on.
Calling upon him to meet our particular demands.
Come on.
We don't want anybody to be violent. We don't want anybody to be vulgar. But let's enter City Hall at this time.
Yes, sir. All right.
That's okay, man. That's okay.
We want to deliver a letter to you as well as to the commissioners concerning our demands for reform within the police bureau. And we hope that you hear the voices of citizens that are tired of the continuous process and the police force out of control. They're looking for a change, and they expect a change to take place. And so we hope that you hear our voices and our mission as well as the chief of police.
Thank you for coming by to City Hall. I don't know if you can hear me back there.
No, come on, Sam.
Give him the bullhorn. Mr. Mayor.
I don't think we're going to use the bull.
But it's okay. It's okay, Mr. Mayor. It's all right. We got a lot of things about it.
Your public will wait for you.
Hello?
So I want to thank you for delivering your letter, and Pastor Haynes has summarized it for me. Your message is that you want to see real change in the Portland Police Bureau, and that you intend to stick with this issue until you see it.
It's not going away. It's not going away.
Enough of the killers. And I want you to know that the Albina Ministerial Alliance and Pastor Haynes and Pastor Bethel, between these kinds of tragedies, have been great advocates and great representatives. We know that we continuously need to improve in this area, and we welcome your continued advocacy on this as well. We're working hard to not be defensive, but to be open to the kinds of not just what you want to see happen, but also the specific ideas that you put forward.
What we're going to see happen is not a think tank. This is not a think tank. There are lives at
Calm down, y'all.
with terrorist organizations.
Calm down. Listen. Civil way. Exactly. The mayor, we come here to deliver a message and to demonstrate our issue. And we want to make the mayor concerned that If it takes shutting down City Hall,
Come on, come on.
do this. We will do it in a non-violent way.
That's right. That's right.
We want to deliver this message very clearly to this city.
Open those doors! Let the people in!
Now, look here, we are in control of this.
That's right.
Now let us go peacefully back and finish the rally on the board. Let us move peacefully. Amen. At this time.
The passion that they show is genuine. Their frustration is built up over a long period of time. And, you know, I don't have all the facts to pass judgment, and I have an official position here, so I don't have all the facts to pass judgment on this specific incident, but I think it's important that the mayor of Portland and the police commissioner be willing to hear from everybody, even if they're mad and yelling and passionate.
But Mayor, he's guilty. The guy is guilty. The mayor, he was guilty. Mayor, he was guilty.
So
Police officer was guilty.
you wouldn't want me to pass judgment as your mayor
I'm
that
judging
quickly.
him.
I understand.
I'm judging him.
I respect
He's guilty.
I respect that.
He's been
Why would you put him back to
prosecuted.
work with us, though?
Yes.
In our community. Why would you do that? Why would you at least let him get a paid vacation like we do everybody else?
That's true.
Let him go to the Bahamas for 3 months to blow
Tomorrow
smoke
for the
off or
first
something.
time, I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate your frustration. Tomorrow for the first time in the history of this city, we get to find out what he said and everybody else said
That
in the
doesn't matter.
grand
That doesn't matter.
jury.
It's all been whitewashed.
We don't like that.
I don't
They've
want
had
him
time
working
to
for
get
me.
their lawyers all
He's
together
not
and know their
protecting and
stories
serving
together.
me. I
They
got
know that for a
kids.
fact.
But
I
ma'am,
have children.
ma'am, how about we talk to the people that work with him, the people that work under him, the people that patrol the cars with him, talk to his co-workers and find out what they think about their friend.
Do
And
your
that's
job
it,
effectively.
and that
Just
is
for now, he can't work here.
one at a time.
He cannot work for
One at a
us.
time.
We don't trust him.
I hear you.
We can't trust him.
I hear you.
And there's
But
more.
your request is something that we intend to fulfill. And that is something that you should expect. It is a perfectly reasonable
Then why
request.
When
is
can
he
I
still
get 10
working
minutes with you,
then?
man?
Why is
When
he
can I
still
get 10
working?
minutes with you? Huh? When can I tell you
Why is he still
all about
working?
how these people don't trust you? When can I get 10 minutes with you? How, when will you give a person 10 minutes of your time, Mayor? I want to talk to you about this racial discrimination that is out of control in this city. People want to deny
I wanna know why
to
he's
you.
still working,
What's the matter,
though?
Mayor?
I
Can
wanna
finish
know.
speaking? You're not listening to me. That's why I'm hot. I'm speaking for these people out here. All right? You know, when I got up there in that church, I spoke for Kendra James, you know, and I told that goddamn chief of police, the last one, that he didn't listen to us. Now he's gone, and this Rosie Sider's got to go next. And here we are asking you to work with us. And what the hell are you doing?
Work with us.
I'm here with you.
Oh, can I get 10 minutes with you?
Mr. Adams.
Okay, you know, because I'm a Skip Gates victim here, all right? I've had your police throw me out of my own house, illegally.
Of course you can get 10 minutes.
Mr. Adams, can you face the victim? Can you face the victim and tell her why he is at work? Can you face this victim? Because when we victimize people, they tell us we gotta face the victim. Face the victim, face the mother, and tell her why. Tell her why the cop is at work today. Why he can just come back to work and get a paycheck. Explain that to the victim, please.
And
Will
terrorize
you please do
people.
that?
He is terrorizing people. We are terrorizing.
Hold on,
This
just answer
man
that
now.
question. Please answer that for us. Tax-paying people, I just paid them.
The police commissioner and I have heard those concerns. Tomorrow we get more information, and that's an opportunity for whether we agree or disagree. I respect your point of view. I'm listening to your point of view.
She's a victim. The grand jury told you, and everybody's telling you, and you let him go back to work? You let him go back to work and get a job for my money paying that guy's check. You let him do that for me? You basically slapping her in the face, baby. Basically, oh, I'll just do this. No, we're tired of it. We're gonna let you out. We'll call you today if we got to. It's gonna be justice right now. We don't want to hear it. I'm not leaving here without no more. I'm not tomorrow. No more tomorrow. There's no more tomorrow. The time is right now. The cop needs to get his badge turned in today. Period.
You want to go out? Do you want to go out this way?
They just can't take it with you, Mayor.
No, wait, I've got a question.
Go in there, talk to the family. Go talk to us. You can leave us. Go talk to the family.
Yeah. Oh, I got lucky.
Are bicycles more important than human lives? Come on out, Sam. Your bicycle paths are stained in blood. Come on outside, Sam. You care more about your bicycle laws.
That's what does it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had guns off.
We have our own laws, says the police.
The federal law too.
I don't understand. If he was suicidal, aren't the police supposed to come and protect and save him?
How easy to comfort him.
How can he be suicide by police when we're supposed to be saving someone and helping someone when they're suicidal?
That we may do this in an orderly and responsible and nonviolent way. So we personally from our heart ask that you would follow our direction and dismissing at this time, that we may carry our struggle to the next level. We need everybody, we need you. But this is not our next step. Our next step is coming. And so I would just ask that you would personally dismiss at this time.
This is not okay. What he did to my brother, he shot my brother in his back. He was the only one with a gun. And the laws and the judges and everybody are condoning this. They're saying it's okay to take him back to work and to put him back out on the street. Oh, it's okay. It's just another black man, just another nigga shot on the ground. He ain't nobody. It's modern day slavery, if you ask me. I'm not taking away from, anybody else who could have got shot that's not black, but this is not okay. We're not just stopping it for black people. We want everybody to be safe. And our family and our community should not be affected by this right now. We shouldn't have to go through what we're going through right now.
And what was the mayor's answer to you?
What, to
you when you guys asked him, why is Officer Brashauer back to work?
Oh, because of the governor and the commissioner. They got the old boys club in a matter of speaking, if you ask me.
Hey, hold on.
Trying to address your...
I want to throw something in though. Basically, there was just an incident that just happened on TV that an officer had just got shot. They put a reward on the TV, it happened in Long Beach. They put a reward on TV, whoever found a person, that they'll throw on a reward and, he's most wanted and stuff, So basically they're telling me that cops can kill people, but people can kill cops, you see what I'm saying? Not saying, that, that's any good, We got people killing people, That's not cool, Everybody should stand up for each other, and be on the same path. But, it's just like, now look at it, Now the police is in the same predicament. Oh, but, now that somebody shot the police, you see what I'm saying? Everything is okay, And they're putting out rewards and, 6 mile, radios and, radiuses and stuff, It's not cool. You see what I'm saying?
Their job is to protect and serve, and with this man out here on the street, I don't care if he's a police officer, his credentials, I don't care anything about that. I care about what he did to my brother, and I care about my community, and I care about my family. And what's done is done, but there needs to be a change, and there is going to be a change. We're going to take it as calm and peaceful as possible. Nobody's going to break any laws. I don't care if it takes 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. We're going to do everything that we can to make a change, not only in Portland, Oregon, but across the nation and across the world if we can. This is a different case because we have so much family behind us and so much family that cared about him. I didn't even get a chance to hug my brother and kiss him goodbye. That was robbed from me. I can't even go back and hug my brother and tell him, bye, I love you, save me a seat in heaven.
Yes, that was the events surrounding the march on City Hall yesterday. Thank you, Jim, for bringing those emotional scenes to us. We'll see if anything happens. It was a good start. Today there was supposed to be another meeting with the Albina Ministerial Association and representatives from the commission or something like that. So we'll keep you updated on anything else that we hear about this Aaron Campbell issue. The last note I want to make is on the way over here in the car, we were discussing some rumor that Aaron may have been part Indian. We don't know for sure, but that's what we heard. So I'm glad that we were able to bring you a little extra coverage on the Aaron Campbell protest, and
that's not why we're showing the film, but we're just showing it to let everybody know.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an issue that's important to everybody in the Portland community. And we must move on to another topic that has been really controversial here lately, and it has to do with the Native American Student and Community Center just off the Portland State campus, Jackson Street, 8th and Jackson Street or something like that. If you don't know, the Native American Student and Community Center was built to accommodate the Native students and to provide a place for the Native community to have meetings and to have events, and there's classes that go on. But apparently Portland State does not like the way that the Student and Community Center has been managed. So they want to take over management of the Native American Student and Community Center. One of the issues that they put forward was because it was off campus, they could serve alcohol in the building, and that would be more fundraising opportunities by having alcohol there. Well, when the grounds that this was built on were first prayed over, I wasn't there, but it's likely that there was an intent that no alcohol would ever be served in the Native American Student and Community Center. So it's been a real challenging time with the students at the center weren't informing the community that there was a problem, so we didn't know about it until just recently. And Adam, what can you add to this? There's a lot to say about it, but I want to get your take on it because you were at the meeting that they had
I
the other
went
day.
to the meeting that they had. They were supposed to have it the day before, but they scheduled it the next day. So I went to go see, and we sat there for 3 hours, and I was maybe 10 minutes late, but still, you know, I get to hear a lot. And but the reason why this is coming up so quickly, or this is the reason why it's so important that the Native Center, you know, it's open almost every day, and it's running water, running electricity, running internet or whatnot stuff, and cleaning and et cetera, and that costs money. You know, just like a home, just like if everybody has a home, it costs money, and they need to find out how to pay for it. And by doing so, either the community or the Yushi Club there has to have an event or a fundraising to help pay for that stuff.
Now tell our audience what Yushi is for those who don't know.
Oh, Yushi is the Native American Club there at the PSU. So you know, there's been, you know, I've worked with them doing the salmon bakes and stuff, and you know, fundraising and powwows and all that. So everybody that goes to the powwows, they're running it, or they're a part of that.
Yeah, just for clarification, Yushi means United Indian Students of Higher Education.
I guess so, yeah.
Just so you'll know what the acronym means.
Yeah, not because I'm not smart, but it's just a Native American club, and you know, there, and that's the one thing that was in the proposal, to bring in alcohol to make money. You know, because you know, other corporations or other places that, hey, we want to do an event and we'll pay for it. You know, because we've done events. The AIM has done events there and paid money to do it and everything like that. And you know, you think that, you know, you wouldn't be no alcohol served there. You know, it would be just, that's just the way it was. But you know, it's anybody can go and just pay for it and rent it out and use it. And I guess if alcohol is needed, then I guess the Native Center will make exceptions if they need to, if they're paying the good money for it. And the Native Center does need that money to pay for all that stuff that's on and running, and so forth.
Yeah, but part of the problem, it seems to me, it's kind of come down to a crisis situation before the word got out that they needed help managing the center or getting more money into the center. So there was a little breakdown between the students and the greater Native community there's a board that oversees the operations.
I think the Native Club, I mean, the community, this could have been overturned, or this could have been all prevented if their people over there would have notified the community here. You know, and we all mostly live here in Portland, that there's a lot of people here that care. And they will help fundraise. They will do that stuff, because that's, you know, I mean, it's just not the Native American Center, but, you know, we got NARA, you know, NAA, whatever, but it's just like a Native American Center for people to go and just, you know, they need to go just for studies, you know, go there for classes and go there for use the computer or something. And, you know, I guess it's a good atmosphere when you go in there, because, you know, it's not like going in another other building, like a different building, and, you know, you feel welcome there, you know, than you do at other buildings, you know. And it's just that, you know, it would be different now, you know, it'd just be different if they changed that, if they allowed alcohol, if they allowed, you know, whatnot, you know, if they allowed, you know, that, you know, we won't go back, you know, we won't do that. You know, we won't go into a Native American Center. We won't be supportive of it. You know, when they do have their events and they are serving alcohol, if they do, you know, I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying that they got to make money. You know, everybody's got to make money. And what was told at the meeting, that word revenue that they have to make, you know, it's all about, it's, you know, money. And, you know, the community will help, you know, do something about it. You know, now, since they let us know so late, you know, and then we finally found out, and then, so I think that's the one biggest greater thing, was the alcohol and the PSU taking over the American Center and using it for what they want to do, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know the community was really involved just with the initial proposal of wanting to have a student community center for Native people, and not just for students, but also, that's why what the name implies, it's a Native American student and community center. So it just wasn't for Native American students, it was for the community.
Yeah, that's what they read off of at the meeting, that it wasn't just a Native American center, but it was also a community center. So I don't know with people like that how they word it. You know, they word it to where, you know, it's like, wow, as long as they put Native American in front of it, whatever's after, I guess you don't worry about it, because as long as the Native American is right in front of that word, and it could be Native American white man's land, it doesn't matter. It's just Native American. And so I think that's really what caught the eye, was, oh, it's a Native American community center. That's how I called it. Native American, you know, it's not owned, you know, like, you know, everybody owns. There's people there that work there that are non-Native, you know, and that's okay. It's a community center. So I guess the issue is that the theme of the Native American Community Center is, you know, Native or Indian.
Yeah.
That's the theme, or that's the article. It's all Native American stuff, you know. They're not. I haven't seen anything other than Native American design or anything.
That's right.
So they confused us.
Yeah, the whole style of the building, the designers, they wanted to have a sensitive building. It's got a garden on the roof. It's a beautiful building. If you haven't been in there, it's got forms from different tribes in the region integrated into the design of the building. I think there's a computer lab in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a computer lab, and there's at least, let's see, there's two big rooms, an office room, there's a, you know, desk, everything, like just...
There's a children's play area in there, too.
And it's all
so you can
native,
bring your kids.
Native out, too, you know. Nothing.
Yeah, all Indian themed decorations and displays. They have glass displays of some very precious artifacts that they put up for people to view. So go in there. We encourage you to take time and go up and visit it and see what it's all about if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I just hope they didn't use that theme to have their events and have you know how I don't know, some people they like native stuff, or they're, even if they're non-native, they like native stuff. They're like, ooh, that's really cool and everything, and it just I don't know, it makes me think sometimes that it's just like using that stuff to kind of set the mood, or kind of amaze people about the artifacts or about the sculptures in there and everything. It's, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but they're going to have a meeting next month, and hopefully more people can be able to show up, especially in the community. At the last meeting, there was a lot of strong people there. There were a lot of people that were had a voice, what they have, their opinion, and I wish there was more people there to speak. Because we were there for 3 hours. Just there's a guy in there going, "Oh, okay, we're gonna take order. We're gonna one question at a time. We're gonna move this along, and it move us pacely. Not repeat yourself." But in Indian country or anywhere you're from, it doesn't matter if you try to put us on a time schedule, an hour, and it's not the whole Indian time, but it's just you have a Native American center and you're talking about bringing wine, alcohol in it. That doesn't fly. That doesn't take an hour. That's going to take, because you have all these people that were there that had a voice that they had wanted to say, and then you had the board. You had the Yushi and some from PSU and some other people that were sitting there on the board. And it's kind of funny though, because if that person didn't know that question, or that somebody would ask the question, that person would go, "Oh, what do you think?" They'd go, "What do you think down there?" It's kind of, they didn't know what they're talking about, or they kind of brought it to somebody that was that they didn't know the question, so they brought it, "Hey, what do you think about that? Can you answer that?" And then that person was like, "Huh? What?" So it was interesting. It was just I sat there for 3 hours again, and nothing really got dealt with. Nothing really, just questioned. That was the only thing. The only question that was really asked was about the alcohol. That was the only thing. And I mean, that's the only thing that we care about, is to make sure that this place stays sacred. Because one man, he brought up that if you bring in alcohol to the community center, you're gonna confuse the spirits. You're gonna confuse the spirits that have been here protecting this Native American center. And you bring in alcohol, bring in whatever, it's gonna confuse them and make them go away. And I guess that's what we don't want, so.
Yeah, by the way, this next meeting I have on my schedule is March 8th at the Native American Student and Community Center, and I don't have a time for that.
But make sure it's on March 8th. You triple check that, because they'll try and have it another date, or it'll be March 9th or March 7th or day before, because that's what happened at this last meeting. That's why there wasn't a lot of people there, because of that.
Changed at the last minute.
Because they changed right at the and then there wasn't a lot of people there to speak their mind, or speak about what they had to say, because there would be a lot more people in there if they knew that was going on. Yeah. So everybody, viewers, whoever, maybe 1 or 2 people or 1,000 people that are listening here, if you're going to be there, make sure you double check on the date. Make sure that you just make sure keeping updates with the people that are there. And okay, yeah, we got word 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
All right, make sure you show up really early, because they get your own chair. And so
3 p.m. March 8th. Find out what's going on with the center and what you can do to help. They'll probably be looking for fundraising ideas.
Yeah, they're just looking for the community's input on how they can raise money and all that stuff. So
yeah, because if we can keep the funding going as it's been in the past, we'll be able to keep the center, as far as I can tell.
But this brings up another issue because it's the Native American Community Center. You know, that brings it may be a Native American theme that's in there again, but if we're going to keep that community place going, they still got that corner over there. It says Community Center, and I'm thinking one of these days that, you know, may not come up with that money and they may do an event. You know, you never know. You never know. It's just kind of, you always got to think that. So the community, you know, we will come in and help. You know, we hardly got any money to do anything, but we got hands, we got feet. You know, we can do something to help. You know,
we got a brain.
Yeah, we got brain.
Yeah,
we can do what we can.
Yeah,
and
so I wasn't at the meeting. I don't have as much information. I kind of got a lot of it secondhand, but I'm glad that you were there, Adam, to give us a first-hand account of what was going on. So if you can make the March 8th meeting, please be there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's not just about the alcohol, but they took somebody out of office over there, the person that was looking over the money, looking over the center, you know, not the head cheese, but the person that you know, took care of the Native American Center. And that person is no longer there, for what reasons I don't know, and I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't know, but she's no longer there. But the PSU, or the Native American Center, they need somebody to fill that slot. And now this person that needs to fill the spot has to be somebody that has to be educated about Native people in general. Yeah. The way that we do our things. We're strange people, but they need to understand us in first. You know, they can't read about us in a book that's wrote by a white man. You know, they need to actually understand where we're coming from. And if it's a Native person, you know, that's great too. You know, at least it's something. Mm-hmm. But this person could be non-Native. You know, we don't know. So they're looking for a person to do that. That's another issue.
So is there like a vacancy announcement on the PSU website?
I'm guessing there is. I guess anybody.
Vacancy?
I guess any person can fill out the application, and if they got the knowledge, they got the skills to do it, then yeah. I mean, I've heard of people just filling out the application and turning it in, and we'll see.
So there's a job opportunity for someone out there if you're interested. Anything else that we need to add, Adam?
You got a lot of.
Yeah, we have a
lot of announcements.
Because with no guest coming, we think, oh no, what are we going to do with our time? So we've managed to fill it up pretty good. We're getting down to our last 5 or 6 minutes here.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we didn't make it to Canada. We didn't make it over there. Tyler, a person that was one of our guests, he got turned away. He went up there to the border, and I guess he got turned away. And you know, this is strange stuff that happens. That, you know, I don't know. Maybe somebody watched our TV program and called somebody up. But
tipped them off. We shouldn't have said anything.
But next time we won't let our viewers know.
That's right. Nobody's going to know.
Nope, we're going to do it secretive this time. But we're not blaming the viewers. We're just talking.
But it could have been anything. Yeah. Who knows? But they were looking for people like you. Anyway,
he didn't make it up there. So I mean, I'm glad. There was a lot of like, if you watched on the Olympics, the opening ceremony or whatever, what's going on outside, they had a lot of supporters out there, a lot of people out there.
I actually saw some of the protesters on TV.
Yeah.
So I was surprised. I would think that they would not want to have any coverage of the protesters, but they got some coverage.
Yeah, I guess it's probably all the news people that didn't get to go in or didn't get to go to first class. They're just like, oh, we'll film these protesters over here.
Because we can't get close enough to the action.
Because we can't get in there. So just turn the camera around and we'll show these people over here what they're doing. And that's good. I'm glad that got shown on television, because I bet those supporters, those people that were there to show what they were doing, why they were there. They're actually, you know, I'd figured they'd be happy because they actually got shown on television. You know, because that place was all sectioned off. Like, you know, that place was all secured. You know, that place is, you know.
Yeah. So just for a teaser, I want to mention that Sherman Alexie is coming to town in Wednesday, April 14th, the Performing Arts Center Auditorium. We'll keep this announcement for later on and let you know when Sherman's going to be here. If you get a chance, you've got to see Sherman Alexie live in color. He is the best stand-up comedian I've ever been in front of in my life. When I saw him in Eugene, my stomach actually hurt when it was over because I'd been laughing so hard. So we'll tell you about Sherman when he gets closer to the time he'll be here. Boy, there's a lot of events going on. The NAIA Family Center has an issue they want to discuss with you. It's a community forum on the disproportionate number of Native children in the foster care system. That'll be held Sunday, February 21st at 11:30 to 2 o'clock. For more information, contact the NAIA Family Center. Rita Olson is the contact person, or Donita Fry. And lunch will be provided.
Snack lunch.
Snack lunch, so be there for that. Here's a training for Native American families who have children with special needs. It's called Working for Change, Using the Power of a Personal Story. This is at the Silet's Portland area office, which is on Southeast Stark Street. And I'm not going to give you all the information here, but you can call them at 541-472-9467 to register.
That'll be at 2 p.m.
Yeah, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, dinner provided.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6 to 8. Learn how to use your story to advocate for the needs of our children and youth with special needs. This is great. My wife is a special ed teacher, so always a good issue to discuss. The Native American Rehabilitation Association has an all-youth night Thursdays from 6 to 8. This is for group ages from 9 to 21. And coming up tonight, right now, they're doing a natural plants and teas. So if you're watching us, you're missing out on this. But on February 25th and March 4th, the next two meetings, they're doing breastplates and choker shawl making.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to tell the viewers before we go that our show is on MySpace now, or I got a MySpace page to where if you missed our show, like sometimes some people can't be here at 6 o'clock, that they can view it on the MySpace. And where you can if you're on MySpace Geek or whatever, you can go on to our Native Nations at rocketmail.com. I think we'll try and put it up there one more time, but you can check us out or look us up, Native Nations, on MySpace, and if you've missed an episode, it's on there. So.
And Winona LaDuke is going to be here March 2nd at Washington State University, Vancouver. We showed you the little clip there. And we want to make another plea to come and be on our crew. We need camera operators and people behind the scenes to help us out here at Native Nations. So we would love to have your help to bring this community service to the people of the Portland area. So Adam, thanks again, brother. We made it through another night in Native Nations.
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll be back the third Thursday of next month to do another live program. So we'll hope that you'll be back then.
See ya.